and you got no publishing. They're like, hey, I'll give you $50,000 for half the publishing. And you're like, what's that? Like, people don't even know what that is. I made a chart. I took a piece of paper, I drew a line down the middle. I said, this is you. You're two people when it comes to writing a song. You're a writer and you're a publisher. It's all you need to know that. That song consists of 50% of you as a writer, if you're the only writer. And it consists of 50% of you as the publisher. If you give away your publishing, you have nothing in your corner when it comes time to do a deal with a film company, to do a deal with a publishing company, because you can't do a co-publishing deal, which is what they're called. It's just important to know what publishing is, because I see guys do terrible deals. And I learned early on. I had a great teacher in the business, and I did one of my first publishing deals like at the age of 25, and it was a pretty sizable deal. I knew nothing about publishing before that. I learned everything about it over the course of 10 years following that deal. And what I learned was there's a lot of artists that they don't even worry about setting up a publishing company. And my thing is like this. You write a hit song, you have no leverage now to even put that song in a major film, in a TV show. You can't do a pub deal if you have no publishing. So it's not the most important thing for producers, but it is important. It is important. I mean, you have to have both sides figured out. You have to have your 50% as a writer, 50% as a publisher. Now, ASCAP and BMI take care of those two things a little bit differently. Who are you, BMI or ASCAP?
I'm with ASCAP.
So am I. I'm with ASCAP also. So you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Because okay. BMI doesn't necessarily require you to sign up as a publishing company, and a lot of people opt not to because it saves them money, but I think that might come back to haunt them at some point.
It hinders everything because, like I said, you write a project, produce a project, and you're the writer. It gets out there. Label XYZ comes along and goes, oh my God, we love that. We want to sign this record. And you've got no publishing. They're like, hey, I'll give you $50,000 for half the publishing. And you're like, what's that? Like, people don't even know what that is. Without publishing, you can't do a deal on a song.
To pick up on ownership of a record, you've remixed a lot of hit records over the course of your career. In terms of how the business is conducted, what are some major differences between producing an original record from scratch and remixing an existing record?
The only difference is that you didn't have a part in writing the song, melody-wise, lyrically, and you didn't record the artist. I do as much production, like in the studio with artists and writing, as I do remixing. The biggest thing to me is that you're taking somebody's work that was already kind of like their vision, and now your job is to say, I know that was your vision, but this is my vision, and I have to make you like it. You have to accept that this is my vision. And there's times where you're like, oh my God, I really like this mix that I did. I think it takes it to a whole nother place. And the artist comes back and goes, I didn't want to take it to a whole nother place. It doesn't sound like my song. So I had to work on a client, pretty established client. I tried something different and had to do the remix completely over twice. So 50 hours of work. The second time I handed it in, they were like, this is amazing. And what I did was I stuck to the original chord structure of it. And a lot of times people can't hear outside the box of the product that they created initially. So as far as like remixing is production, like that, it is production in one aspect, because being a producer has different roles. You could be a vocal producer, you could be a line producer, an executive producer, or you could be a physical musical producer who sits down and creates everything, which is usually what I do if I'm not working with a co-writer or something that's pre-existing. So I think you spend more time as a remixer taking something that was already made and trying to give it a whole new life. And that one that sounds real and it doesn't sound like you were forcing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I've spent upwards of 90 hours on a mix. I mean, I've done some in 2 hours, and I've done some that took me 90 hours.